Hi.
Hello.
This is Iris Apatow.
I don't know what camera to wave to.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Iris and I like barely know each other, but
Yeah.
like we did meet.
Yeah, we met very recently at Blake's.
Yeah, we met. We say it again. Where?
Blake's, right?
Wait, I thought we met in New York.
Yeah, we met. I feel like that was like.
Oh, yes, we did meet at Blake's.
Technically, we like met in a more like in a better way.
Yeah.
Because we were at that party. It was like loud, and I was like, "Hi."
Yeah.
And you were like, it was like we were
Yeah.
talking to each other.
Also, that was like super like quick. I like literally like I remembered the New York one because it was more like we actually like spoke to each other.
Yeah, that was a strange. That was just like a party. Weird,
yeah. Like 30 people were there, and like
yeah,
we were some.
I just remember like sitting in a corner, like this
Yeah.
is a strange
Yeah, it wasn't
vibe,
that fun.
but I got something out of it. I met you.
Yeah. Iris was so sweet, and she was just like standing there, and I thought she was like the cutest girl ever. I was like, oh my god.
I know. I was like, I remember seeing you, and I was like, you were on my Pinterest boards for when I wanted to get my hair cut into a bob and like bangs, and I was like, that she is the blueprint for everything I've done with my hair, and I need to see her.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's right.
I know. I had my little bob and bangs back then, but it's hard to upkeep. I'm very impressed that you've.
Do you like for cutting purposes? You mean like
Yes, 'cause
lengthwise?
My hair is just like a nightmare, and I cannot upkeep bangs for the life of me. But
Wait, why can't you upkeep bangs? Like what
because
else?
my hair doesn't, it like parts down the middle, and I can't get them to just do the thing.
Interesting. I feel like you have to get it from like back here.
I
Like
know, but
they
then
like
they
have
just
to.
get thicker and thicker, and they still part down the middle, and I look like Lord Farquaad. and it doesn't
I
work.
look like that's like one of sometimes like my comments I get on TikTok are like she looks like Lord Farquaad. I'm
I
like you guys just like
I get Noah Schnapp. You know
You get
that
Noah-
meme where he
Yes.
has like a bowl cut.
I've only watched like the first season of Stranger Things, so I'm not like super equipped on it, but I know who he is. But
there was like a meme of him before he gets his hair in it cut, and it's like a long like bowl cut. And
Yeah.
they're like, that's you, honey. And I'm like, thanks.
yeah, you kind of look like that too. It's like the big eyes.
Oh, thanks.
And, like, I
yeah,
could
no,
see
that's
that.
I mean, to be compared to Noah Schnapp, I think is a high compliment.
I think so too. He's like really chill. I watched his, this is so random, but I was on like this binge watching thing, like watching people like do like Emirates first class on YouTube.
I love those videos.
Do you watch those
Yes.
as well? Okay, so he did one and I watched his. I didn't click on it because it was his. I just saw that he did one and it had a bunch of views. I was like, oh, this must be really
Must
good.
be legit.
And then I realized it was the kid from Stranger Things. I was like, I love this kid that he's just making like dumb YouTube
No,
videos
he's
like
funny.
this.
He's super
like he was
funny.
so cool and like so himself and like he like really put a lot of effort into it and I just
Oh
thought
my
it was
God.
like one of the coolest
I want
things.
to. What is it? What it's like that the crazy first class where
Yeah.
they have like I'm that looks so fun.
Down on that video.
What?
Explain Emirates first class video.
The
What do you see in that video?
it was like, well, you have like your own room. You can like shower. You can
They give you pajamas.
They give you pajamas. You can order food like any time of like there's no scheduled like breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can order like dessert like at 5 a.m. So it's like anything you want. You can like call down or you can call like the people to make your bed. They insist on making your bed. They'll like do it for you, like put down the whole thing. It's like
That sounds like the dream.
no, seriously. It's just like so. I also like seeing how they like use like tiny spaces, like how they utilize space.
Oh my God, yeah, like tiny, like cozy little spaces.
Yeah.
That's because I'm like have the worst airport anxiety. Like it's like a whole thing when I go. So like I'm sure that if I, obviously, I'm sure if I went Emirates, I'd be feeling just fine, just cozy.
Why do you have airport? Is it flying anxiety?
It's just like, it's actually less the plane because I got over that, like, I'd say like 6 years ago. Like my dad had to like really sit me down because like I would freak out because it's crashing, obviously very scary. And my favorite movie growing up was Airplane. Do you know that?
I love
really
that
old
movie. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that's obviously gonna happen. And I needed my dad to explain like, apparently you can only crash within the first 2 minutes or the last two, which isn't that helpful.
Wait,
but
is that true?
yeah, because it's like that's the way up and the way down.
Like
is
where the risk is?
Where something can go wrong. But that's not even that helpful. That's still scary because then you're just shaking in fear for 2 minutes. But it's mostly like airports and like just the amount of people and the amount of like security and like I don't know why I'm like so paranoid and I feel like scared in airports. It didn't come from anything. It just like is something I don't like. I like don't never.
That's so interesting because I can see that just the stress of like catching a flight like for me like stresses me out.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like 3 hours early, like sitting. I like really I can't do it. And I usually travel like I'll either travel alone or with a friend, but like it's still scary because it feels like we're out on our own and like I don't know. It's completely stupid, and I've actually been doing better with it. But yeah, I actually see now as like the plane as the reward because I just can sit there and just process my anxiety that just happened for however long.
No, that's healthy. There's like I have some friends of mine that don't still. I think her mom even has plane anxiety. She said she was going to like hypnotherapy for plane anxiety.
Oh, really?
Didn't you say that the other day? She was talking about hypnotherapy, and then she was like, "It's for my flying." I was like, "What? You do that?"
That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's a total thing.
It's
It's
a
the
total thing.
worst fear ever. It's like
Yeah.
there's like so much weight on the plane and there's
Yeah.
suitcases and things could go wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't blame her. Don't blame her at all.
So Iris, you're actually my first like actress that I've had on
Really?
here.
Thanks. I'm glad you think I'm an actress.
Well, I was like researching like a bunch of like I tried to watch like mostly everything I could like find of you on
Oh, really?
YouTube.
Oh, no.
Because last night I was like I need to like make sure I don't like at least know like what's going on. So you did a movie called The Bubble.
Yes, I did.
Okay, what's that about? I saw like some clips of you like talking
Yes.
about it.
I did a movie called The Bubble. I think it was like, yeah, it was a year and a half ago. And it's about like a bunch of actors going to shoot a movie during lockdown and everything that can kind of go wrong within that, because I think my family worked together to make this movie, and my dad and my mom and me all have people who worked during lockdown, and they heard all these crazy stories of things that went terribly wrong during shooting, obviously, because so I think it was kind of like a good writing exercise to kind of think like, okay, so we all work in this industry, but imagine what would happen if everybody's worst nightmare or worst case scenario happened while we made a movie. And I think that's what it was. And I think it was really fun to make. And everybody who I worked with, I just thought like, wow, like it's just so impressive because it was mostly improv, like the
I love
improvised movie.
That's rad.
Which is terrifying. And as like a young actress, and obviously I felt extremely grateful to be in that position and feel very privileged. And I just felt like, oh, I have to be on my shit right now, and I just have to do my best and work really hard to make my part of this and my performance good, because everybody else on that set is the funniest and the smartest, and they're gonna do the best performance, and I just have to try to get a fraction of what they can do, because they're all such amazing actors, and I just like looked up to them so much, especially my mom, like working with her, she's just like a genius. And it was super fun and super funny, and I mean definitely like one of those things where like you put it out and people aren't gonna like it. And I was like, I don't mind at the end of the day. I think I was lucky enough to work, period. And I think that's something that you always have to, appreciate. And I'm trying to think, because I remember when it came out, I was super scared, just because, obviously being my dad's daughter and my mom's daughter, I'm in this movie with them, working with them, which I've done my whole life, but you know what's gonna hit you when it comes out. So I was,
What do you mean what's gonna hit you?
like just like what
Like
people have to
critics?
say.
Okay.
And like it's terrifying, and just being like, 18, 19, like you're not supposed to receive that much input.
No.
on
About
just,
yourself.
about yourself.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm like, you know, freshman in college, I'm just
Yeah.
like and I'm in film school, and I'm like terrified about what my, you know, peers are gonna think about me. But I realized at the end of the day, like, you know, this is my work. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I can't let it take me down.
No.
And I feel so completely like just ecstatic that I got to work with people who I, you know, adore and like think are so talented and learn so much. And I'm like, that's all I got out of it at the end of the day, because I think it was definitely something that maybe was just a stressful experience when it came out, but it, I think, is such a great experience for me to look back on.
Well, filming like anything with your family is like that's such a rare occasion,
Yeah,
and
and
such an interesting dynamic.
I mean, you feel so lucky to get to be with your parents, and especially, you know, just people who you look to for advice, and they are taking care of you, or, you know, what's the word? They just have your back in those situations, because it's scary, you know, just being an actress.
Yeah.
A young girl being an actress, period. So I think
Why do you say scary?
it's just scary because, you know, you're not necessarily taken seriously. Like, it's just you're just not. Like, you have to fight for people to take you seriously.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, I'm trying to think how to describe it without, I want to use the right wording. I think like my experience in the film industry has been like very privileged and very getting to work closely with my parents since I was 3 years old, and now moving away from that and trying to, trying to get an agent, doing auditions and doing that. You have to fight for people to take you seriously.
Yeah.
Of course, because if you grow up working with your parents, everybody's gonna be nice to you.
Yeah.
And be, you know, on your side, because you're the boss's daughter.
Yeah.
But
That's such an interesting
Yeah.
hat that you wear, like wore as a kid, is
Yeah.
like the boss's daughter.
Yeah,
I never
no,
even thought about that.
I'll still have that. I'll have that forever. And I think
Yeah.
that's something I'm never going to like run away from, because that's just who I am. Like, I grew up that way and I'm not ashamed of it. But I do have to like also, you know, acknowledge that, you know, I was given these things and they're incredible. And I think that I'm so glad that I have like, they're like these, you know, 2-hour home movies of me as a 3-year-old with my family, and they're super creative and funny, and like that's how I look back on it. But I think now, you know, being an adult, I have to like go out into the world and really fight for my place. And like I had the privilege of, you know, of that foot in the door, I guess. I saw somebody on a podcast saying like, or it was like Gwyneth Paltrow, like she got her foot in the door, and then, but that is the hardest
was it
part.
with Hailey Bieber, that one?
Yeah, it's like that is the hardest part. You know, you are given you're given the little inch in, and now you have to like go for it and really fight for it and try to build yourself a career. But I think I always am so grateful for the fact that I think I just always will be so grateful that I was given that advantage, because I feel so like I've always felt so guilty, like oh, like people are gonna judge me, and they will, and that's okay. Like, I can't make everybody happy.
No one can.
I can just do my hard work at the end of the day and just take acting classes, go to school, do whatever I can to improve my craft and like my art. And you know, I'm only trying to make, at the end of the day, a couple people laugh and a couple people smile with my work and with my art. And I think that's the great thing about it, because you have to like zoom out in the world and think like, okay, you know, not everybody's looking at you. Some people are, and some people have some stuff to say, and that's all right. You want to just keep on your own path and just try to be happy and nice to the people around you and do hard work, because I think that's what we all want to do, and we all want to be successful. And I think I just am in a good position, but I also think it's a scary position just because I'm a kid and I fear people's opinions. But, but I can't, I mean, nobody, if I let that be the reason I stopped working,
they win as well.
They win, and then I'm just sitting alone in my apartment doing nothing. And like, that's no fun.
It's also like it comes from like a genuine passion that you have, like that'd be so, you'd just be depriving yourself of like a genuine passion if you didn't pursue this solely based on other people's opinions.
I've done theater since I was 5 years old. I've always loved doing this, and I think I'm lucky enough now to get to just do my job as an actress, which is try to get better and audition. And I think also like writing and like trying to like collaborate with other people. There's just so many ways you can use your privilege to create great things. But it's definitely, I'm like jumping around with my words because I don't want to say the wrong thing, but that's my spiel on being a young actress, because I think it's scary for everyone, and you want to approach it the right way, and you want to talk about it the right way, because it's sensitive. It's definitely going to be sensitive forever.
What's like your, like, for preparing for like the movie that you did, or like just in general, like what's like your like process of like how to prepare for like a character?
I just meet with acting coaches and like
run the scenes.
Like I did a lot of like looking into TikTokers and like would like watch interviews with them like all the time and like talk like them and like learn about their lives.
Was that her character?
It was like just like a girl. It was like literally a TikToker. That's what it was. And I was like just watch videos of them talking, and they're kind of the coolest people because they're so like they're making such a career out of it, and they're so badass. And I think like that's like kind of what I got out of like looking into them. But the one thing that I did do for that specific thing was there was this girl who was in a cult. I'm not gonna say who because I feel like it's just like not necessary, but
what kind of cult?
Like a bad cult, and she was an actress, but she had a YouTube channel where she would talk, and she sounded so crazy and like
define
so much,
crazy,
just like she's talking like this, and like she's just like go like you would just, it's like mania. And if you watch her talk, you're like, if you ever need to source some sort of like mania or like craziness to like go insane, because like in the movie it's all about like going insane. Like that's what I looked at, because you can tell she's literally in the most evil cult and is starting to become like the person who's the head of the cult. And she like entered, but then she started doing the evil shit to people.
Is she like known like worldwide, like about like
you should watch the documentary on it. It's called Seduced.
Okay, I'll watch it 100%.
And so I just was like looking at that, like to see somebody like having like, you can just see the nervous breakdown like in them, and not to say that character that I was playing or anything that was inspired to write, like whatever inspired writing that, like it had nothing to do with that. It was just about like, what is that craziness, like how can you access that? And I think it's just watching people who are going insane and just kind of trying to understand them and not judging them because you're trying to access a part of them, because like there's movies that are made about people and you cannot enjoy them because you hate them too much. And you're not, and it could be about the worst, most evil person in the world, but you still, when writing it or playing it, have to understand them in order to play it correctly, because then there's no point in watching it.
There's no person just like under there.
It's just like hate.
It's just an idea of
and
a
it's also not fun to watch anything just where it's just fueled by hate. So like I would watch these videos of this girl talking at the camera for like 20 minutes and just sounding pretty like gone, like something was really off. And I just thought it was interesting to like look at somebody like that who was obviously like, she's in jail now. Like she's not well. She did
What is she in jail for? Like,
she's in jail for she would brand women.
okay. And this is all in like the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she was just like, but she seems so nice. She seems like your camp counselor from when you were 11.
That's like the crazy thing is like people like are so like people are like anyone can put on a good face.
Yeah.
Anyone, even people this bad. Like, oh, it's so confusing.
But like, not to say like that's like what I was trying to, how I was preparing, but that is like, wow, I found like craziness in myself, like, or like losing it is like watching someone who's actually losing it. And I just like randomly was her. But my preparation is mostly just meeting, it's like understanding the person I'm playing.
Yeah.
And
do you have like someone, I guess you could say your mom, I don't actually know if that's even true, but like do you have like an idea in your head of like a career you would like to be like? It could be opposite from that as well.
Yeah, well, like a career that I would just like want to embody.
Yeah, like do you ever like see actresses and you're like, that's a good career, like that's a good,
of course.
where
Like,
you're like,
Emma Stone is probably like my favorite. Like I'm just
Interesting.
like, I think she's like, that's what I want to do.
yeah,
Everything she's done is like why I want to be an actress.
yeah,
Or like
she killed it.
Who else?
I also like how she started like as a personality actress. Like she got casted as like Emma Stone pretty much. Like if you saw her, it was like she was playing who she authentically is.
Yeah.
And then she like became like a true, because people get like hated on if you're just a personality actress versus like character work. And then she started doing like fucking Cruella and like whatever other movies that
She's
she's
like
done.
La La Land.
Yeah, like she's like the real
watching
deal.
that
Yeah.
when I was 13, I was like, this is the coolest person I've ever seen. Like she's so comfortable. So also like Lupita, like she's in my opinion, one of the greatest of all times. I think she's so like the work she does for characters, I think is so impressive and so cool. And like I just marvel at her. And I think like actresses like that, or who else? I'm trying to think. I have a bunch. Oh, okay. Yes. My favorite probably like actress. I'll give a top 3. So Lupita, Emma Stone, and Holly Hunter. She was in like this movie Broadcast News.
Wait, what? Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter.
Oh, is she?
She's the mom in
that
13.
actress. Oh my god, yeah, she has such a distinct voice.
She's the mom in Incredible.
Yeah, her voice is great.
She is the coolest, and she's in me and my mom's favorite movie Broadcast News, and I just think she's the coolest. I think she's so like, I think there's just like something so cool about like an actress who's so comfortable in their skin that they can just like dominate any scene that they're in, because they're just so funny or so smart or so like they have such a presence. And I don't know, there's obviously a million that I could think of, but that's just off the top of my head.
It's interesting, like the position you just like happen to be born in, where you're just like now under such a magnifying glass of like, you can't fuck up, you have to acknowledge this, or you're like a spoiled brat, or this, that. It's like you're in such a like I give you credit, because I don't think a lot of people like understand like how much like of a non-normal life you probably have had, just based on like wanting to like be your own person and like start a career and like do this, but like you can't help the person that you're born as.
I think I definitely obviously can't help who my family is, but I can use it for in a positive way. And so that, because I think if I spent all my time looking at it like, oh, woe's me, like people call me a Nepo baby, like I'm like I'm gonna just be sad, and like it's like I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, get over it.
It's like the only thing they have to like say really is like, people love to like make up words and labels and stuff, and Nepo baby's like a new one.
But I even mean just towards myself. I'm like, I have to get over it, because it's so it's just how it is. And like, it's not you're paying people having these opinions about you, it's hurtful. And when I was like 16 and people started saying that to me, I was like in shambles. I didn't understand it, because I didn't you know, put myself, like, I didn't, you know, necessarily ask to be in some of the stuff that I did when I was younger. Like, I obviously adore the work I've done.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand why people were being negative towards me about that, because I was like, oh, that's just what I've always done. But now I think...
What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean, like, which stuff didn't you ask to do?
Like, I'm like, you know, I did a few movies when I was young, like a little kid.
Yeah.
And then I did a TV show when I was about 11 to 14. And then
what kind of TV show?
It was a TV show on Netflix called Love.
Okay.
It was super great, such a great learning experience. But like, all of these instances are within, you know, my family.
Okay.
I was not allowed to audition until I was 18. So I was in a position of, I'm gonna be, my parents are like, they're like, we want to work with you because they want to be around their family. And I think we've all worked together a bunch, and it's super fun. And I think we just all think of it as something fun to do, and we like being around each other. But, you know, when you turn 18 and then you can do it, and then you see what people think about you, it's not necessarily, of course it's not positive. You're in your dad's work your whole life. And I think I definitely am so grateful to have been, because I got that experience. But I also have to look at it like, I was very privileged. I got to do these incredible, you know, movies, TV shows, like all of that. And I now have to start working on my own, and I have to do that and be okay with people's opinions about me and opinions about it, because you grow up and you realize like that can't be the reason I don't do it. Because you know what I was trying to say is, when after I did all of that, when I was like 16, 17, I would read what people had to say about me, and I didn't understand why it was negative, because I thought it was just fun.
Like, this was at like age 16 when you started,
like when people started, like, and I started hearing these things about me. The like, I didn't even know what like a Nepo baby, Nepotism baby. I was like, I didn't understand it, and then I started to understand it, and I started to look into it because I was sad. I was like, why do people have mean things to say about me? And then I realized, like, you're in a very lucky situation.
Well, they're envious of you, is what it is. That's what, because you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
They're just, you're in a position they would like to be in. That's what it comes down to.
I mean, I think that they just want to do good work too. And I think it's frustrating seeing it in my position. And you have to like change your perspective and be like, okay, I definitely, some people have worked their asses off their whole life to get a job, and then I was just handed this. Yeah. And then you think, okay, well, that happened, and I can be happy I had that experience, but I also have to respect the fact that that's frustrating. But it's also, I can't like lay in that because I'm like, then it's no fun. And I hope that, and I don't know how to describe it. I basically just trying to say, I understand why people feel that way. And I think I used to take it to heart more, and now I just think of it as, now I gotta do it too. I definitely have my foot in the door, which is the hardest part, but I have to audition like everyone else. I have to do the work like everyone else, and that's like where I am now. And I think it's honestly been a great learning experience, and I've found a lot of peace in myself, you know, after all of that. I'm just like, it's okay. Like, we move on now, and we just try to do good work.
It's like almost like armoring up. It's like you start like as a kid, like naive to just your circumstances, like every child is. And then it's like you suddenly are aware, you know, like you're like get made aware of like your privilege, or just because people are like mean online and social media exists. Like, even if there was no social media, you probably wouldn't get that big of criticism or whatever. It's just because like everyone has an opinion that it feels so loud, you know. And then you have to like be like, okay, how do I deal with this? Like, how am I going to proceed now that I'm aware? that this is a thing.
Yeah, I think definitely once you realize people have this perception of you is when it like you like your whole world does like a 180 because you're like, whoa, I didn't realize that. But then you have to suck it up and, you know, educate yourself on why you're in the position you're in, and you have to respect other people's issues with it and then move on.
Yeah.
Because what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like this is, like you said, this is just position I was born in, and I'm not sad about it. I'm grateful for the work I've done.
Yeah.
And I think now I just have to continue on doing that, and whether that may be in film, writing, or that's acting, it's just doing what you like to do and not, you know, letting the whole world's opinion of you bother you that much, because
also
that's
like,
no fun.
Someone has something to say about everyone. I feel like everyone thinks that like they get the most hate or like they're the most controversial, but like every person that has like any sort of notoriety has negative things said about them.
Yeah, of course.
It's just like, what is it? Like, what is yours? You
And
know, is it nepotism for you? Is it like tweets you made 20 years ago? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's also like, it was like some podcast I was listening to. They were like, I don't know the hate you get, and you don't really know the hate I get. So it doesn't matter.
True,
It's like we're so zeroed in on our own issues with what people with our issues that people have with us that we don't notice anybody else's unless it's obviously like blowing up in the world and that, you know, all that. But like in reality, nobody cares.
No one cares.
Nobody, I mean, all I see from you is I'm like, oh, this beautiful girl, I'm sure she doesn't get any hate, but maybe you do. And it probably sucks when it has happened, but like nobody else sees it but you.
Yeah.
Because we're so focused on it. And that's like where you have to realize like, oh, I have to like find peace within myself, because if I let my world be ruled by what other people have to say about me, I'm just going to be so depressed and not be able to get out of bed, because that's not a life to live. And then that's when you say, okay, I'm going to delete all these apps off my phone, because I'm living a life that is literally dictated by my phone, and then if I put it down, that whole world goes away. That's not real. Like ever. Of course it's not. It's unless, I mean, you're getting like, I don't know,
it's
how
not
that
like,
translates in real life. Like people are gonna scream those things to you on the streets. Absolutely not. That's not how it works. And I think that's why we all have to like find good perspective, because of how scary it gets for people, and how social media and like people's opinions about you, how scary that gets, and how that, like, I know in the past it's affected me so severely and so terribly, and like I've not known what to do with myself and not been able to get out of bed. And then I just thought like, oh, like, why am I letting that be my life? Like I have like my family, all my friends still like me, my family still likes me, and just because, you know, people have had problems or whatever it may be, like you like saying mean things about my appearance, like that doesn't affect my life. Like that's just one random person on TikTok or Instagram, you know?
It's like just essentially online bullying.
Yeah,
it's what it is. And like it's just like, so people get confused that like people actually care, you know, but like you're essentially, if you went to high school and like you were just like an average girl in high school getting this treatment, you'd be a victim of online bullying. You know what I mean?
No, if you were, yes, it's like that. Remember that?
School would get involved.
Yeah, it's like, it would be a big deal.
Parents would come in. They'd be like, James is being
There would be
really
PTA meetings.
Yeah.
That's like that movie with Emily Osment.
Oh my God, wait.
Cyberbullying.
Oh my God. I haven't seen that in so long.
That was what was it called? Lifetime movie?
Was that a Lifetime
It was a
movie?
lesson is what it was.
Damn. That like movie really changed me.
I'm getting like...
There's like another one too
spam.
about like online predators. It may have been Lifetime.
I remember they had that with Degrassi. Did you guys ever watch Degrassi?
Yeah, we're from Toronto.
No
so we
way!
watched Degrassi.
Oh, wait, which generation though?
Wait, I watched like the one with like Nina Dobrev.
She was on it?
She was on it, yeah.
I think I was watching a different generation.
It might have been. I stopped watching like Canadian TV when I was like.
I watched the Drake one.
That's okay. Yeah, it's the same one.
Wait,
it's the same.
who is she in it?
She has there's like
Does she
clips
come later?
of her. I don't know when Nina Dobrev comes on, but I know she's in Degrassi.
I watched, maybe I was before, like I watched it when I was in 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a little weird. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have been. Well, yeah, my parents told me to stop watching it because they're like, "This is too dirty for you." But it was it was like lots of like life lessons within the show. But I stopped watching it before Drake ends up in a wheelchair. Okay. So maybe Nina comes in.
Yeah.
But I love Nina Dobrev. I love Vampire Diaries. So
that was
maybe I'll get back on the Degrassi wave.
It was like, from what I can recall, like pretty poorly done. It was like, but bad acting, right?
I don't remember anything but pure gold. Honestly, I was 8 years old and I was loving it. I remember Drake is about to lose his virginity and then he blows up the condom instead because he wants just to have a friendship or something. And I'm like, yeah, Drake, yeah, that's good. That's good shit.
It's actually like crazy if you think about it. Like, Drake started on like Degrassi.
Yes,
like Drake, he's like one of the biggest legends like of our time. Like, he has some of the most like top selling songs.
He's done
ever.
Wonderful work.
Yeah.
On Degrassi.
He's like a true like say what you want, like kind of artist. Like, he's really tapping into like all facets.
He's a multifaceted.
No, it's like you don't want to say it almost because it's Drake, but like he's like pretty, and I like that he doesn't care about like being cool. You know, like he's like pretty like lame, and that's why he's cool. It's because he like raps about being lame. You know what I mean? Like loving women instead of like fucking them over. You know?
Yeah. No, I love Drake. I feel like my love for Drake goes very deep to Degrassi, which is like gives him such a pure side to me.
Yeah.
And I saw him once, like I saw him, like I don't know why I'm acting like I was like close to him, but he like walked by like somewhere. I like spotted him and I was like, what's his name?
I don't even remember his name on Degrassi.
I won't try to remember it, but would have been funny if I knew.
I'm sure he still gets that from time to time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. You can't. We did not forget.
No. I'm surprised they even had Degrassi in the U.S. Like, I thought that was like purely from like Canadian broadcasting. Yeah. Because I don't know anyone who watches it in the state. You're like probably one of the first people I've met.
Yeah. Well, my nanny, when I was like really young, she would show me like the shows she watched when she was young. So it was like I was a little behind. Like I like watched like Degrassi and like I don't know if you guys ever watched. Do you remember Pushing Daisies?
I don't think we had that in Canada. That's a great
show. If you that was like it's like
beautiful.
It's like a really like campy true crime show about a guy who can like wake people up from the dead and they can come online for 60 seconds to tell them how they got murdered. And it's
I'm into that.
You should watch it. Great. It's really good. And it's with Lee Pace, who was just in that movie Bodies. I
haven't seen Bodies yet.
Great movie. Oh, so good. I love that movie. Oh my God, me too. I was so impressed because I think one of the girls in it wrote it.
Really?
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
Like just to like, I think like that's like why I'm in film school. I want to.
Do you want to write as well?
I want to write and I want to do exactly that. Like to make something that like a great movie that people just enjoy and is funny and you write it yourself. And I think that's just the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. Do you want to stick like in the like bracket of comedy?
I do. I love comedy. I think I would love to do comedy for the rest of my life. I think it is something I want to veer away from just at times, but like that is something I've grown up doing and I know well, like not even saying like I know well, like know how to do it well, but like it's something I've enjoyed working with because you just work with all these great like what is that?
Improvisers?
Improvisational actors. And they're so nice and cool and they're just excited. Like Paul Rust, who was on that show I did when I was younger, like he was just this nice guy who was so sweet and he made the show with his wife and they were so funny and so like humbled to do something like that, and it was just, it makes you love acting. It makes you love writing and doing everything when people are so excited to do it.
Yeah.
And so excited to be there and excited to teach you and make you feel good. Like being an 11-year-old on set with like these like, you know, like David Spade and like
David
those
Spade.
like him like that is so weird, but they were so nice to me, and like and that goes into them having to be nice to me, but
like,
like that makes you love acting and love comedy, because you get some really good I mean, at least for me, I've experienced really great people in that world, especially on that TV show. Like I got to work with the funniest, coolest people, and I think that really taught me like, oh, like this is something you can do one day, and this is something you can, like, you get to be around these people, and it's so much fun, and it's so great. Like, you know who was on Alexa Demie from Euphoria was on it at one point.
Was on what?
The show I was
okay.
on. She was like played like an older girl, and I was like 13, and I remember we were like about to shoot something, and she's like, I was like, I don't know if I want to go to college, like I kind of just want to act, and she was like, you don't need to. I didn't, and I'm all right. And I was like,
it's like exactly what she would say.
and I was like, I was just like marveling at this like gorgeous girl who's just so confident in herself, and like didn't go to college, is just doing it and working it, and like like somebody I looked up to so much telling me that I didn't need to go to college was like the coolest thing in the world. And I thought like it gave me so much like comfort that there's people out there who are just like looking out for you.
Yeah.
And they're always going to be around because we're all in the same world, and they're out there. It's very sweet.
What film school are you at here?
I go to USC Film School.
Okay.
But I'm taking a semester off right now. But I go back in like a couple months.
Why are you taking a semester off?
I'm taking a semester off for just to try to, because I'm this is gonna sound bad, but I am like really I wanted to take like 3 months to audition as much as possible in order to like just get the hang of it.
Yeah.
And I have a really hard time in school. Like it's
doing
something
both.
Yeah, like, and I want to do both, but I think I just decided like last year, like the truth is like I'm not going back for like mental health reasons, but also because I want to focus on something else just in this moment. But it doesn't mean I don't want to go back to school. I do, and I think I will be back there soon. I needed to take a breath, because you go from being in a very sheltered like you get pushed into this college with thousands of people, and you don't know anyone, and I'm not very like good I'm not great with school, and I just had a hard time. I definitely struggled to do the thing, like go to the parties, do all my essays, make all my shorts. Like it was hard. It was really hard, and I think I definitely I needed to figure out if that's something I want to do. Like if that's, I think I do need to figure out if that's something I can do, because like I struggled with it so much, and I think it affected me in a really difficult way, and I don't want to ever like be miserable. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't, which sounds
You're like
terrible.
catching it before that happens.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it that way, because I'm at this incredible school, and
But you can have like not the best experience, or like bite off bite off more than you can chew, and like be dealing it with like that. Like you don't need to.
I think I was just like triple tasking last year, and like trying, because I made two really great friends in school, and they're like still my good like best friends, but I had a hard time finding people, and I was always scared to like, I don't know, I was always paranoid about going out and like embarrassing myself, or not being able to find friends. So I only really met like a couple people, and then I just felt like a little out of place, like I don't know where to go, because like I don't know, like I remember like I just went to a party at school, and there was like freshmen there, and I was like, how'd you guys even know this was happening? How did you guys get here? School hasn't started. Like, is there a group chat that I'm not hearing
Honestly,
about?
it probably is.
And then I found out, like, in my building at school, there was a group chat. I wasn't in it, and I was like, what? Like,
you think like purposely you weren't in it?
I don't know, but like I just like I was like missing the mark in certain places. Like I couldn't get like
fully immersed.
fully immersed, or I was too scared, so I'd run away,
Yeah.
and then I would try, and then I would get too scared, and like, or I would go and then embarrass myself. So I like, and then I think that made me want to just not be in that world. I got discouraged from like the social aspect of it, so I kind of like moved into an apartment off campus, and I have my like I work I'm a barista at a coffee shop.
What
so I
coffee
got
shop?
It's called
Unless you
Sweet
don't
Laurel.
want to say it.
It's called Sweet Laurel. Like it's like a keto paleo coffee shop.
Okay.
It's very good. And it's all pink. It's very cute. But
That's a theme of yours.
yes, it's the perfect place for me to work. But yeah, and I have allergies, so it's perfect.
What are your allergies?
Dairy.
You're allergic to dairy?
The like hardcore like throat will swell.
Oh my god, damn.
So I like working there, and but that's like nowhere near school. So I kind of I realized my maybe misstep was like creating a life that had nothing to do with school, and not even like, you know, like I'm getting these acting jobs and having to fly away to do them, but like choosing to avoid it as much as possible because I was scared of like rejection, or scared of not like, or doing my schoolwork, but scared not trying to excel because I was scared what people would think. And like, I think I want to ground myself more to do good work, because I think when you're in lockdown and in your room for
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
You're like pushed into college, and then you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I went to a school with 100 people in my grade, so I was like culture
what
shock.
school did you go to?
I went to Crossroads.
Okay.
And it was definitely like very sheltered.
I didn't realize Crossroads was that small.
Oh, that was but yes, very small school. It all is in an alleyway, so there's just like little buildings on the sides, and you go
I
to
can
your
like
class.
imagine like an alleyway.
It's literally an alleyway. It's the alley, and I had my best friends to this day. I like love them more than anything in the world, and like so grateful for that. But it definitely made me like, I had to be like, wake up, that's not forever. You don't like get to be in this little sheltered bubble for your whole life.
Yeah.
And not that USC is much less sheltered, because it is, but it's different. There's a lot of people.
Yeah,
You got to
it's
do
huge.
good work. You
Yeah.
got to work your ass off to be good in school, and for people to like your work, and you have to put yourself out there to make friends.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I think I've realized like that is something I want to do, but I need to be in the right headspace to do that, because I think it like threw me for a loop a little bit. And I think I got the like, what are those things called when you're like you get them in your yearbook, like best hair, best this, or like
Most likely to.
yeah, most likely to like somebody, like I think mine was like for this year of school, like most likely like never to be there, or like
Does everyone get one?
Or
We didn't
there
have
was
that
like
in
a
Canada.
USC film like Oscars that somebody had, and somebody told me, I was like,
Most likely not to not
like
show
to
up
not
or
to
something.
be invisible or something, like because I was never there.
Yeah.
Because I was scared. I was like total like would do the Zoom class if I could, and like not go in person. And now that I look back on it, I'm like, I think I could do it now, but I need a second, which is okay.
Yeah.
I think it's really very important to prioritize mental health.
Totally.
And like, if I was, not there because of mental health, that means I need to take time to, ask myself difficult questions on how to make myself be grounded enough to be in an environment like that, because I'm lucky enough to have the option to I mean, everybody can take a semester off, I guess, but I'm taking a semester off, and I think it's for the best, and then I'll go back and I'll be good and I'll be ready to be like put myself out there, I think.
Was that social anxiety, you think, that was like prevent, or what do you think, like,
I don't really know. I think probably I was just like so shell shocked by the amount of people I didn't know, and that I didn't know how to, like, I was just like, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm like in a huge campus. I don't know where my classes are. I don't have any friends. I don't know how to make friends. I'm like scared that, like, I'm just like wanted to just be like as closed off as possible, which is not good. Like, you can't do that. Like, you have to open yourself up to make friends. And I think I had a really hard time like meeting people because of that. And it stunted my work as well, because I was just so scared. Yeah. And I want to be in an environment where I thrive, and I think I could be. I just think I need to do a little bit of growing up and a little bit of like, calm down. Yeah. It's okay. You're going to be good. It's just, you just got to give yourself a second. And sometimes that's completely fine. Like, any college kids can understand how overwhelming and scary it gets, but you have to be able to be like, okay, I can give myself a time off. I can accept the fact that I need to take a breath. Yeah. Because that's not defeat. That's just like taking care of yourself. Because that's important. You have to. Yeah. Or you're gonna actually go insane, which is not good.
It's interesting, like, how, like, objective, I don't know about objectively, but, like, everyone, to a degree, kind of feels like they don't belong there. Yeah. Just in any place that you're in. Because, like, you, in my eyes, like, I'm sure to kids at your school, like, other kids probably all going to USC that year, like everyone's so nervous, like, when they first go to school, you know, and, like, are like, oh my God, I don't belong here. Like, this person, like, I have Iris Apatow in my class. They're probably like, she belongs here, you know? And then even you feel the same way. And, like, it's just interesting. Like, does anyone ever just, like, feel what they're supposed to feel? Or are we all just, like, dealing with self-doubt?
No, everybody's just fucking panicked and scared and, like, anxious and feel awkward and, like, I just felt so awkward walking around. Yeah. Like, I look stupid with my little tote bag, and I would, like, be crying.
You're painting the picture. You're like, you're in my fucking tote bag.
I know. Yes, it was a specific tote bag, and it broke once, and I fell. Like,
Wait, like, publicly broke?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I've fallen. I ate shit. Like, it's just, like, and I'm all alone meanwhile, so I'm like, this is rough. This is rough shit. But then it's like, it's okay. You're just, but like, you go through the motions of college, which is just scary. Like, when you talk to people who are going now, you're just like, you can't, there's no advice. You just got to be like, good luck. Like, I don't know what to say to you. 'Cause like, even me, like, some people just thrive in that environment and some people don't. Like,
that's true.
I made 2 more friends. So 4
Hell
now.
Yeah, that's good.
And they're like these 2 guys, and they just like immediately, like, they're like these freshmen I was talking about at the party.
They went to the party.
They went to the party last year at the beginning of the year. I'm like, where were the parties? Yeah. How did you get invited? And they were like, we just did. I'm like, well, shit. Like, fuck. I need to, like, put a better outfit on or something, or like, I need to find, like, I was just so, like, impressed by, like, people being able to find that or seek that out, because I couldn't figure it out. Yeah. But it's funny, and I think it's definitely, like, I look back on it as very funny now that, like, me and my friends would go to this, like, sports bar off campus.
What sports bar was it?
It's called Mal's.
Oh, I don't know what
and it was just us 3 and, like, one older guy playing pool in the corner. And we're like, this is college. Like,
no, that sounds great.
This is the experience. We're, like, shaking with our fake IDs, like, hey, can we come in? There's no one else in there. And
Did they accept your fake, like, the fakes?
Yeah, of course.
I've been rejected with fake IDs before. I was also like 16.
Oh, me
but
too.
still.
But sometimes people are okay with it. And they
Sometimes,
know.
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm a regular here now.
Yeah.
You can't be mad. I'll be 21
I'm
soon.
giving you service.
But it's funny, like that was my experience, like going on like Google Maps and just looking up bar and then
Yeah.
like walking over and like
this is good enough.
this is college. And to me, yeah, that is college. And I have like some of the funnest memories with like my two friends, Emily and Jackson, us like just going to random like restaurants around the area just to like say we had a drink and say we're having the college experience. And I think that's the best part. And that's like,
it's your college experience.
and I think it's so much fun. And I'm very excited for the future of that, because I think it takes time to get the hang of it. And I think you either like go in there, go really hard, you go to all the parties, and then it takes it out of you and you're like, shit, I need to like reel it in, or you can't find anyone, don't do the crazy stuff. And then maybe my next arc is going insane at a frat party, but hopefully not. Hopefully I can keep it at a calm level area, especially.
Unless this is like a desire, unless you're like down to do that.
I don't think I am, because I did go to one recently, and I was really disturbed.
Okay.
I
Why?
was just like, it was just like, I was in the house and I was just like, it's so warm. It's so warm.
Frat parties are like disgustingly hot.
I definitely like, I went to a frat party because it was like a tailgate for a football game.
Yeah, those are fun. Like outdoor things like that.
But so I went to the inside one and then the outside one. Outside one was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. But like wandering the streets of downtown, like with a beer in your hand, like it just is weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
And then like when you're at the night ones, it's like warm and like there's guys like every time they pass you, they like grab your waist.
Oh,
It's,
I
like,
can't with
like
that kind
you're
of
just
shit.
like, and you like just feel like maybe not, but maybe there is a world where that is fun, but I just haven't seen that yet. But I don't know.
Something I've had to like accept recently, like I don't know why it's taking me like so long. I'm like, there's certain things like you're not going to find fun that other people find fun. Like that's something I've had to like, maybe you just don't find it fun, and that's also maybe other things excite you, you know? Like honestly, like there's certain things where I'm like, I should like this because everyone else likes it. And I've actually had to realize, I'm like, no, you just need to accept that you are your own.
That's
like,
a good point. You know what? That's true, because I've been thinking about that. I'm like, because I was gonna go to a party and I didn't go. Then my friend was like, it was really fun. I'm like, shit, like, did I miss out? Or is it just exactly the same thing that I went to a couple nights ago? Like, is it just the same thing? And I'm just going to be, I think it'll happen again in a couple days. So I can't really be that sad. And I'm like, I don't even really go there. Like, why am I, like, upset?
Yeah.
So it's like, my kind of fun is definitely not, like, I wish it were that, but I just like don't think it is. I think I like programmed myself to like, I get anxious, and I also am super paranoid about like people like drugging my drink, and like I'm like all paranoid and like don't trust anyone, so I'm like all guarded and probably look not approachable to be, and I'm just like, this is not maybe my environment. But I don't want to say that, because if there's any parties out there at USC, please invite me. I want to be a part of it.
You're like, I take that back.
I take it back. You guys are great. I don't want to be offensive.
It's also like just like LA in general too, like it's nightlife, and then it's like that. I feel that same feeling with like so many people that I meet in LA. Like, have you met people where they have like a look in their eye that like freaks the fuck out of you? You're like, there's something about you where your intentions are like terrible.
It's like eager.
It's something. Like, it's like pointed, and it's like very like they are on a mission.
Yeah,
I don't know what your mission is, but I want no part of it, and there's like nothing
but it's
sincere.
Charming. It's charming when you're young.
It's just like hollow. It's just like these like hollow, like there's so many people in LA where I'm just like, because what made me think of it is like you being like, these people don't care about me. I've had to like say that to myself for like so often, like the last couple of years, where I'm just like, sure, like these people like just don't, so many people in LA are just not gonna actually like care about you, and you have to like the sooner you can know that, like, the better. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
like my dad always like told me growing up, like, you're gonna go and meet thousands of people in your life, and then there's gonna be like the 3 kind of cool people who
Yeah.
you hang out with,
Yeah.
and then that's just what it is, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I think that's incredible. Like, growing up, meeting all these people, and then you still have these like couple people who just love you still, and those are your best friends, and like that's life. Like, you're not supposed to be best friends with the whole world.
Yeah.
And I think that's confusing when, if people, you know, think they can get something from you, or people think that they can benefit from something, or they, like the club example, like they can take you to a club. Like, you don't have to give your all to these people. This is just, it's not real life.
Yeah.
As a good way to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is weird to realize, because you'll be sitting there one day just like, oh, I feel weird, and then you just never want to go back, and you never want to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah. It's like the spell is broken.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when my like spell was broken, I was just sitting on a chair in the other room, and I was like, I've never felt worse. Like, this is the worst feeling. I feel like nobody would mind
Care
if I've been in this room for 30 minutes. Nobody's noticed, because I was like on a call or something, and I was like, oh wow, like it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. And like, but I'm still okay. I still have my friends. I still have my life, but I'm not gonna give so much of my energy to that type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm being very ambiguous with what I'm talking about, but I don't know if it makes sense.
What do you mean? Like
I feel like I'm not being clear enough. Is what I'm saying makes sense?
I think it makes sense. Like, you're talking about still with nightlife, essentially. Yeah.
Nightlife, I think, or like seeing people.
That's, I agree with that as well. That's like something, I think that was like I was like the last one of my friends to pick up on that. Like, that, like, that a lot of people don't care about you, and you need to like know that, and like not think that all these people are your friends.
Yeah.
I was like I just found out like 2 months ago.
Aw. It's okay, me too. Like, why would we know? It's confusing.
Yeah, and you also like want to believe that like people, like, you want to believe the better thing, you know? You don't want to believe that people don't like
That's why
care.
it's like, it's a little like, it's like bittersweet, because you're like, it's confusing. And like that, I think we've all like gone through something like that along the lines, and then you have like a realization, like, oh, wake up, this is not your life.
Yeah.
But it's fun at first, for sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, it's funny because like when I was thinking about it, I was like, what like thing will people like want to know? And then I'm like, it's all, because I get this too of like being like a young girl, like people just want to know like your like favorite thing about clothes, and like your favorite like style things, or like this or that, like your favorite makeup brands, like that kind of shit, because people like that stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, is that like all like young girls are like really like put on the world to like give advice on?
I know. I don't even have good advice on that stuff. I'm like so bad at like knowing. I know nothing about that. I'm trying to be fashionable. It's hard.
I think you're fashionable.
I'm glad you think so. I think you're very fashionable.
Thank you.
I'm trying my best, but
No, I think that you have like a very like unique like to you, which I like. That's what I like to define as like, I think is cool when people, you can like tell it's like their own, you know, kind of thing. You have such an interesting voice. Have you gotten told that before?
no, not really.
Really? You haven't been told that?
What?
It's so like like that was the first thing when as soon as you started talking, I was like, she's such an interesting voice, and like even
I'm glad.
in pockets it like comes out.
Yeah,
I like it.
I feel like it's like going out, because I like have had such a smoking problem my whole life. It's just like
Smoking problem?
yeah,
Like with Jules and stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
Like it just has lowered and then like gone.
No, I
backwards.
like it. I think it's unique. It gives you
Thanks.
like character.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I had the best time.
Anytime.